Let's chat about the daily grind of living with metastatic breast cancer. I've made another video called NED, and it talked about the idea of that you can sometimes with metastatic breast cancer get to a point of no evidence of disease, NED. And I discussed in that video that NED people still need you to check up on them. They might not look as sick, but they are, right? They just might not have active cancer going on at that time. So I want to expand on that idea a little bit. The daily grind of living with metastatic breast cancer is exhausting. I have good days, I have bad days, and this is different for everybody. I've run across some people that, for the most part, they live their lives how they want to. They know they have stage 4 cancer, they understand it's not curable, but they feel pretty good, and so they go about their life without a whole lot of hiccup involved in there. I haven't run into that. For me, it's borderline depressing sometimes what life is like. Now, again, I do have good days, I do have good times, but for me, it's juggling a million different doctor's appointments. It's like 18 pills a day that I take, and well, I don't want to complain too much, but my quality of life is not like A+. All right, I deal with like a lot of pain in my hands, in my feet, and just in my body. And at this point, I only have some relief from it. And no one's exactly sure where it's coming from either, whether it's the neuropathy from chemo, or whether it's because I'm on an AI, which I've talked about these before. They're an estrogen blocker, if that makes my body and my joints more sore. I also recently developed carpal tunnel and trigger finger, which I never had these things before. And so sometimes it just feels like a little overwhelming to be dealing with so much. I jokingly told somebody today that I think I need a secretary to work for me to keep up with all my doctor's appointments. Because at this point, let me list them for you, okay? And I'm very thankful that I have such a great care team. But here are my doctors. I have my GP, I have my oncologist, I have a neurologist, I have a psychiatrist, I have a psychologist, I have an orthopedic doctor. I just got signed up to go to the pain clinic to deal with some pain management. I'm starting to see a rheumatologist, and I feel like I'm leaving somebody out here in the mix. But that's eight sets of doctors there. It's a lot. And again, I'm really thankful that I have all these things available to me, and that I'm taken seriously with my pain and my complaints. And I am beyond overjoyed that I'm not currently actively dying of cancer. But the daily grind of metastatic cancer isn't just the doctor's appointments, isn't just the meds, isn't just the pain. It's also living waiting for that other shoe to drop, Because we could all die at any time. Let's be clear. We're not promised another day. I understand that. But when you have metastatic cancer, it's not curable, okay? Now, I trust that if my God wanted to heal me, he absolutely could. I have complete and utter faith in that. But right now, by science alone, stage 4 cancer is not curable, right? And waiting for that other shoe to drop is mentally exhausting, is emotionally exhausting, is physically exhausting too. Again, I don't want this to just be some I feel sorry for Sarah video. I want this to be educational, saying if you know someone that's dealing with cancer, like any cancer, but metastatic cancer, it's hard. At least it can be. It can be defeating sometimes. It can be depressing sometimes. It can be tiring. It can be overwhelming. It can be sad. But again, I also have good days. I also have good times. I also have a ton of moments that I want to celebrate. But the daily grind of living with stage 4 cancer is taxing. and it's taxing in a way that it doesn't show, right? I'm not bald right now from chemo. I have eyebrows, so you don't see the sickness the same way, but it's still there, and it still weighs on my heart and my mind and my thoughts every day. And so, if you know someone that has metastatic cancer and they don't look sick, don't think they're not still dealing with something. They're most likely dealing with a lot of somethings, because having cancer kind of becomes like a part-time job on doing what you need to do, on seeing all your doctors, on taking your meds, on trying to live your life in an emotionally healthy way. So just if someone doesn't look sick, doesn't mean they don't have a lot on their plate.